Ryan here from Android Coliseum. Here to do some initial impressions with the TCL 20 Pro 5G that I've had this for about a week now, and it hasn't replaced my main driver, so it's been kind of sitting there on the side of the desk as something I play with. I play my games on it. I try to do my media consumption on it, and a few other things just to try to put it through some paces and give you some impression of it. So first off, we'll talk about is the shape of it, and it is a very tall device. It feels like, especially for how thin it is. I mean, I've seen thinner, but this feels thin, especially the edges make that feel a little thin, and it feels a little slippery. There's not a lot of grip to hold on to it, not a lot of texture on it, so you do want to have that case. And this is that accessorized case I put on the website. They sent it. So the next part I've noticed as well is the fingerprint sensor. So the face recognition is very good. The fingerprint sensor is, well, it was okay. To be honest with you, there's been better phones out there that do better. Uh, I've never really been sold on the fingerprint sensors. Maybe I'm getting used to where it is, but I'm always hitting it in the wrong spot or whatever. So I prefer back there. It makes it so much easier for me, at least. So let's go through what else we have here. The features. So I do like the edge, even though I never really use it like I should. But that's pretty neat. It's got a ruler here, like how you can measure something out. That's pretty neat. All right. It even has the infrared port camera or app. So now this is the other part I don't like about it. Defaultly, it goes through the drawer by category. You can sort by icon color. I want to sort by icon color. Well, that's weird. You're sorting by name. A lot easier to find things by name. The other thing is I've changed the gestures to go back, etc. Right? Is to more like the pixels or the standard navigational gestures instead of the buttons. So you have to go around and adjust it the way you like. Same thing I noticed up here. These apps, usually there's like an edit button up here. The edit buttons here, it took me a while to figure that out, and you can play around with what do you want in there or not. So neat stuff. Play around with it. Um, yeah. So the other part about, for me, the big thing is going to be the camera, and it's got that four in a row camera there. That is, I found the shots a little dark and a little overblown in the same, so the contrast isn't quite there. What I get, again, I'm used to a pixel. I'm a bit snobbish that way. So some of the shots you can do, there's a macro you can play around with. There's some, it's not bad. It's not wowing me, like making it awesome, right? So if we take a look at, like we have more features like the super macro, that high pixel mode, 48 megapixel mode, all those kinds of things. So there's some stuff you can play around in here. Super night mode. There's things to play around. It's not going to be super fantastic, amazing, but you remember this is only $750, right? This is a pretty good deal. And if you buy it right now with the free 55-inch TV, 4K TV, that's a great deal. The other part about it is the battery. So something this big, it's going to have a huge battery. This is a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. Now it's obviously telling me some weird things. I just powered it up not too long ago, but I mean, like, I was getting like 6 days depending on how you're going to be, using this. Again, your use case may vary, but I don't think you'd have a problem making sure you get through a full day on this. Would you get, yeah. But for 4,500 milliamp hour, I think I'd want a little bit better. Again, going to need to put it through its paces. Speaking of the battery, one thing that is nice, it is a QI rechargeable battery. So, but you don't get to share the battery QI. Like you can't do that reverse QI. The other odd thing I noticed when I started playing some video games on it, some games like this, Evo Pop game or whatever, not a bad thing. There's a game they put on here. MC, I can't remember what that was, Modern Combat game, performs quite well, but like Fortnite, PUBG, it had a noticeable lag. Whether that's because it's the only Snapdragon 700 series processor, or the fact that it has a 6 gigs of RAM, I just noticed it did stutter a little bit whenever you go into a push part in Fortnite. could cost you the match. Maybe got to tweak it a little bit. But the neat thing was, or the part that I found was a bit odd, was the speakers right here. And usually you can use the earpiece speaker as your stereo. It doesn't. So when you're playing a game, it's only coming out of that one there. There is no stereo sound. So that's some of the things I've noticed on these. It's outside of that, it's been pretty good. Like I try to do my emails. I try to do chat. I try to do Facebook or whatever on it when I can. Watch some stuff on YouTube. Having a nice big screen is really good. I don't really notice that it's not Quad HD on this. But yeah, I mean, it's not gonna knock your socks off, but I mean, it's also not gonna empty your wallet at $750. So I'll have a full review a little bit later. If you have any questions specifically about it, please feel free to ask, and then we'll try to answer those and try to give you a full review down the road. Okay, thanks.